Hey everybody, John Skiba here, and in this video I'm going to share with you a stimulus check update. We're dealing with the third stimulus check now, and how you can use those funds to make a life-changing difference as it comes to your personal finances. But if this is your first time here to my YouTube channel, go ahead and click subscribe, check on that little bell. That way you'll be notified each and every week of new videos that I put out that'll help you deal with your serious debt problem. All right, let's talk about this third stimulus check. For most Americans, it's probably hit their bank accounts by now. If not, it'll be coming in the next few days. There's $1,400 available to each individual, $2,800 to married couples. And not only that, this one's a little bit different in that each of your dependents gets $1,400. This could be huge. If you qualify for the third stimulus check, that means a family of 5 could get up to $7,000. And so what I wanted to talk about in this video is how you can use those funds to really make a long-term difference in your personal finances. I'm going to talk about two ways specifically, and this is really focused on people who are dealing with debt issues and have just been struggling to get out of it. The first one is debt settlement. Debt settlement is the process of really reaching out to your creditors and offering to pay something less than what's actually owed on the account. Now, if you had up to $7,000, depending on the types of debts you have, this could make a huge difference and go a long way in settling your accounts with your creditors. Most creditors, particularly if they're older ones, particularly if they're credit cards that have been purchased by junk debt buyers, you may be even able to settle these things for less than 20 cents on the dollar. So you could use those funds to settle the accounts. Not only that, if you're dealing with medical bills, if you settle those, they're required to delete the line from your credit report. That can have a huge impact on increasing your credit score overall. Not only that, if you use the funds just merely to pay off credit cards, if you can get your credit card balances below 30% and even 10% of the total available credit, you're going to see a huge jump in your credit score. This could mean getting into a home, getting a new vehicle, things that could really impact your life positively going forward. The second thing you can do with this is a little bit different in that you could actually file for bankruptcy. Hear me out on this one. Many may be surprised to learn that in 2020, we're dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic. A lot of people are losing jobs. You would think the bankruptcies would be at an all-time high. I can tell you this, it was the exact opposite. Bankruptcy filings in the United States were at a 14-year low. You may be asking yourself, how could this possibly be? The reason why they were so much lower is because of these stimulus checks. People were able to use those funds to do what I discussed in maybe step one of this, in trying to settle their accounts rather than filing for bankruptcy. However, if you're in a situation where you feel like bankruptcy is a necessary evil that you've got to get in and deal with these things once and for all, you can use those stimulus funds to pay for legal fees and really to prepare yourself to go into a bankruptcy case. That's why in the bankruptcy world, every year the most bankruptcy cases are filed right around April-May timeframe, and that's because people use their tax refunds that they receive to pay for those legal fees and the court fees so that they can get in, get the debt dealt with once and for all, and help it to move on. So the way to look at this third stimulus, hopefully you can look at it in such a way that it's not just a temporary Band-Aid. And for some it is. Obviously there's situations where this money is desperately needed just to cover basic living expenses. But I think there are many out there who are getting this, and it's a supplement to their regular monthly paychecks. And you can use the funds, if you use them wisely, to deal with debt problems that may have been plaguing you for years. We know zombie debts out there that last forever. Sometimes you can get rid of things that have been dealing with you for decades and finally make a positive step in moving forward in dealing with your debt problem. I hope that helps. I hope that the third stimulus check has hit your bank accounts already, and that as you put together this plan, you're ready to take those positive steps forward. Appreciate you watching today. Again, if you haven't had an opportunity to subscribe to my channel, please go ahead and do so. Thanks for watching.